let me take your arm there, Cheyenne. I mean, that's what I meant. All right, say that again, Cheyenne, and to all of our listeners of KPUT Radio.
Cheyenne!
Cheyenne.
Yes.
Yes. Now let me ask you something.
Okay.
When was the last time, is that the guy, is that who you're here with?
Yes, but that's my dad, believe it or not.
Really?
Yes.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. Now, is he here with anybody?
Yes.
Who's he here with?
My beautiful mother.
And where is she?
Probably in the bathroom.
Well, that's great, because now, what's your dad's name?
Steve.
Because we put a little trick on him, because actually I wanted to find out who he is, because Steve, we need you right here in the chair. Steve, let's give a hand to Steve. Steve, former lifeguard and male model.
Oh.
Steve, say hello to our listening audience. Hello. Nicely done. Take the mic, Steve. Steve, you are about to compete on, get this, a Hollywood Matchmaker game to find your dream date. And we'd like to introduce you now to the Bachelorettes that will be competing for your votes to find out which one you'll take on the dream date. Let's start with Bachelorette number 1. Yes, Bachelorette number 1 is a professional lady. Don't look behind you. Whatever you do, don't look behind you. That's right. She's a lady about town. She's got many hobbies, not the least of which archery. Please say hello. I can't tell your name. This is Bachelorette number 1. Say your name now nice and loud into the mic as you'd like to be referred to. Steve. I thought maybe you'd like to be called Steven or
Hello, Steve. Bachelorette number 1 here. I like what I see about the top of your head. I can't wait to see the rest of you.
Nice! That's Bachelorette number 1! Give her applause! Nice. Oh, the hits are just beginning to roll. No cheating there, Steve. All right, and now we got Bachelorette number 2. Bachelorette number 2 does synchronized swimming in her spare time and enjoys making kites for the children around the world. That's right, she's lovely to look at. Her favorite color is green and her favorite food is meatloaf. Let's hear it now for Bachelorette number 2. Applaud her, please. Please step forward and say hello to Steve.
Hello, Steve. It is I, Bachelorette number 2.
Hello, Bachelor number 2.
Oh. Hey, whoa.
Oh, yes.
Meow, meow.
Okay.
I'm just getting after my 7th marriage, but I'm on the rebound, and I'm ready to bounce.
Nice. Okay. That's Bachelorette number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Give her a hand. Bachelorette number 2. And last but certainly not least, here comes a firecracker, a fireball, and a lit match. Here she is. She's a lovely lady. She's got an encyclopedia at home that's never been opened. That's right. She's both new and used at the same time. Let's hear it for Bachelorette number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Applaud her now!
Hello, Steve. It's me, Bachelorette number 3.
You're very tan.
Yes. And those are our Bachelorettes. Give them applause, because now the work starts, Steve. It really starts now. Steve, you're going to ask 3 questions. We'd like you to start with this question right here. Say it nice and loud into the mic so our Bachelorettes can hear it, starting with Bachelorette number 1. Steve, ask your question now.
Bachelorette number 1. Sometimes I feel childlike. If you were a toy, what toy would you be and why?
Beautifully said. Let's start with Bachelorette number 1. Approach and answer the question. If you were a toy for Steve, what kind of toy would you be and why?
Hello, Steve. Bachelorette number 1 here. I tell you what toy I would be. I would be a yo-yo.
A yo-yo.
Our relationship would have its ups and downs. I'd make you walk the dog. Go around the world with me. And I'd always have you tied around my little finger.
That's a femme fatale right there. That's Bachelorette number 1. For our listening audience at KPUT Radio from Van Nuys to Valencia, Bachelorette number 1 just sashayed in, sashayed out, and hit a home run. And now, let's hear Bachelorette number 2 answer the question, what sort of toy would you be and why, Miss Steve? She approaches. Nice, Bachelorette number 2.
Thank you. Hello, Steve. It is I, Bachelorette number 2. If I were a toy, I would be a Betsy Wetsy doll.
A Betsy Wetsy doll.
Yeah, but after going through my 7th divorce, I've been very emotional, so I cry a lot. And you are gonna be the one to change me.
That's Bachelorette number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Give her a hand. She seems serious. Lovely, and she floats back into position just in time for Bachelorette number 3 to hit the ground running. Oh, I wish I had a swing like that in my backyard, ladies and gentlemen. Here she is, Bachelorette number 3, answering the question, what sort of toy would you be and why?
If I were a toy, Steve, I would be a Barbie doll. Because everything she owns is pink. She's got a really nice house in Malibu. And I used to date a guy named Ken, but I dumped him for a guy in the army who was anatomically correct.
All right, yes! That's Bachelorette number 3! Let's hear it for Bachelorette number 3. Well done, well done. Nice, 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 nice. Beautifully done. Now, Steve, did you get all that? I'm glad, because here we are at Shelby Mayer's Hollywood hit parade version of the Hollywood Matchmaker game. And as our sponsor, I'd like all of you to remember the opening of my new movie coming out this Friday. That's right, it's called Night School Musical. See a bunch of whimsical 45-year-olds sing and dance their way to a GED in Night School Musical, coming to a theater near you, coming soon. And now, Steve, it's time to ask the second question to our bevy of beautiful Bachelorettes, starting with the question, say it nice, loud, and proud, into the mic, Steve.
So which one?
Throw it out there to all of them, and we're going to have Bachelorette 2 answer first. But to all of our Bachelorettes, that's the question.
I love Disney stars. Of all the stars, which one would you be and why?
Good question, excellent question. And I can't think of a better person to start than Bachelorette number 2. Come on, step forward. What sort of Disney star would you be and why? We want you to elate Steve. What sort of Disney star would you be?
Okay, Steve. Hey, it's me, Bachelorette number 2.
Yes.
Good to see your head again. Hi. If I were a Disney star,
Yes.
I would be a Snow White. Yeah, because I have now lived with 7 men. Yeah, and they all had shortcomings.
Right, all right, leave on lizards and lollipops. We found out, yes?
Thank you.
Did you have something to add? Nice. That's Bachelorette number 2. Give her applause. Nice job. Nice job. And now Bachelorette number 3. Yeah, baby. What sort of Disney star would you be and why? Yeah. Huh. Don't break anything, baby.
If I were a Disney star,
Yes.
I would be Princess Belle.
Belle?
Belle, yes, because she's a natural beauty. And
She knows how to read really good.
I don't, though. If I could be her, though, I would read really good. And she likes hairy men.
Nice! Nice! Well done! Let's hear it for Bachelorette number 3. Nice, nice. Shows you there's something for everyone. All right, and now, here she comes, that femme fatale. Let's hear it for Bachelorette number 1. Bachelorette number 1, swing forth, swing low, swing wide, and answer the question, what sort of Disney star would you be and why?
You know, much like Bachelorette number 2, I'm going to go for my classic. I would be the queen from Snow White. Because I like to spend a lot of time looking in the mirror. I like to check out the competition. And if you annoy me, I'll send a hunter after you.
Right, okay! Oh, she ain't giving on. That's Bachelorette number 1. Bachelorette number 1. leap on lizards and lollipops. Here we are again at the Hollywood Matchmaker game, which reminds me of our other sponsor. You never know who you might meet while you're waiting for the Toy Story ride. It could be hours, which means your breath needs to be kissably fresh, which is why I want to remind you of certs. Each with a little drop of Redson. Be kissably fresh. Be certain with certs. Yeah! And now, baby, we're back to the Hollywood Matchmaker game. And here is your third and final question, Steve. Steve, I want to ask the audience in a minute who they think you ought to pick. But right now, based on what you've heard so far, what are your feelings about Bachelorette number 1?
She's right up there.
Yeah. And what about Bachelorette number 2?
She likes meatloaf, I like meatloaf. She's got a shot.
Well, oh, well. They say it's to a man's stomach. And Bachelorette number 3?
She's a ditz.
Okay. And she's...
It truly knows me so well.
That's please. All right. Well, now. This is the most important question. It's your third and final question. We're going to start with who you refer to as the Ditz. Which is why we're going to build a theme park called Walt Disney World. Just for her. Step forward and answer the third question, which Steve is about to ask now. Ask it, Steve.
Bachelor number 3. I love animals. And if you were a zoo animal, what kind would you be and why?
Yes, Bachelorette number 3. What sort of zoo animal would you be and why? Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, work it, girl. That's what he said. Oh, I think this is the best answer so far. Nice. Okay.
If I were a zoo animal, I would be a hedgehog.
A hedgehog?
A hedgehog.
I'm afraid, but why?
Because they're really cute. And they're really cute. And just because they're really cute,
Yes.
don't mind Steve, trust me.
Alright, and let's hear it then for Bachelorette number 3. And let's keep it going. Let's have Bachelor number 1 come through. Bachelorette, come on, baby. Answer that question. What sort of zoo animal would you be for Steve and why?
Hello, Steve. Bachelorette number 1 here. I hope you're not arachnophobic, Steve. Because I would be a black widow spider.
Oh, right.
I like to spin a web and lure a man in. I've got a lot of legs. And I wouldn't let you go till I drained your bank account dry.
Alright! Well, there she is. She's honest, she's real, and she's on the moment. What did you just say? His daughter just said that wouldn't take much to take all this cash. Well done. Clearly she's your accountant. Alright! And now, here we go to answer that same question. We've got Bachelorette number 2, darling. Here we go. We're all waiting for this. What sort of zoo animal would you be to Steve? And why? Yes.
Okay.
Right. Yes.
Can
Simple question. Simple question. It's what zoo animal would be? Well, it's not that hard, is it? Just say it. All right. Okay. Stop yelling.
Is it even a Steve with a V or a PH? I need to know.
It's a V.
I love these. This animal. Okay, Steve. If I were an animal, I would be a penguin. Yup, because they choose a mate for life. You know, and I'm tired of all the paperwork. 7 divorces now. I'm really tired of it. And I never got to the point of having a baby. But if we were penguins and we were gonna have a baby, I pass the egg to you and you keep it. I'm not gonna ruin my figure, not gonna do any of that. So I think that's a good deal. Yeah.
Alright, so Steve will be carrying the children.
Yeah, and I'll go get the fish.
Alright, let's hear it for Bachelorette number 2. Bachelorette number 2, what an interesting question and answer. Nicely done, nicely done. And now, I want to ask our studio audience something. Studio audience, you've had the chance, and so have our listeners over KPUT Radio to hear but not see, from Van Nuys to Valencia. I want to ask you, the studio audience, what you think Steve ought to do to pick the right date for his dream date Should he pick Bachelorette number 1 by your show of applause? Bachelorette number 1, applaud now. You like Bachelorette number 1, all right. Bachelorette number 2, applaud now. Okay. And Bachelorette number 3, applaud now. Well, Steve, this has given you a really, really hard job. Steve, I want you to keep in mind, whoever you pick will join you, on an amazing dream date with your wife to the La Brea Tar Pits. So I can know, is it going to be Bachelorette number 1, Bachelorette number 2, or Bachelorette number 3, Steve? Let us know!
I'm gonna go with 3.
Yes. Well, let's start by meeting the Bachelorettes you did not select. Let's start with Bachelorette number 1. She's a champ. She's a vamp. In fact, she's my very own box office champ. Let's hear it for Dara, Vamp, movie star. Give her applause.
Steve, I will miss you horribly. I absolutely... You said he's broke? I don't miss you at all.
Right, and that's Bachelorette number 1, Miss Dara Vamp, Miss Dara Vamp. And now, Bachelorette number 2 comes all the way from Europe. She is a screen sensation, one of the greatest stars in the firmament. Let's hear it right here, right now for Miss